What's so fine? Streaming and the rockets through the night that our flag was still. Oh, say does that star spangled and I yet wait over the land of the free and the earth of the brave.
Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it is varsity field hockey on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, we've got a good one in the FCIAC. The Darien Blue Wave take on the Greenwich Cardinals. And you just heard my broadcast partner sing the national anthem. Did, of course, a terrific job, as she always does. Kari Johns joining us this afternoon. Kari, welcome in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We also have Amy Zolan joining us from Greenwich.
Amy, thanks so much for joining us. This is sure to be a good matchup. These are the two tradition-rich programs in the FCIAC through the years. If you look at FCIAC championships, these two teams have had a lot of success. And, of course, Darien is coached by longtime head coach Mo Minikis. Greenwich is coached by Ali Arico, who has done just a terrific job with the program. They were the #1 seed going into the FCIAC tournament a year ago, lost in the semifinals, and then made a nice run to the state semis in the Class L tournament. And this is two good ones. Greenwich in the red, Darien in the white, the home whites. Greenwich comes into this 6-3, 6-2 in the FCIAC. Darien just 2 losses to Staples and Garden City. The weather right now is cooperating. We keep our fingers crossed for that, but want to thank everybody as we take a look at the Greenwich huddle right there. Coach Orico is tending to some things with her assistant coach, getting the lineup card all set, and we are just about ready to go here on the DAF Media Network. Want to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us. The DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, so happy you could tune in. Our DAF Media production crew on camera 1, Mike DeMeglio. On camera 2, our ISO camera is Owen Sheed. Our director is Thomas Kiernan, TK, back in the press box. We are just about ready to go here. Waiting on an official, and Kari Johns, you've caught your breath. You've come down from that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. What do you expect from this one? I mean, obviously Greenwich having a typical Greenwich season the last couple of years. Darien starting to get things rolling here. Have had some big wins, and this should be a good one in the FCIAC.
Yeah, I think so. You know, Greenwich usually comes with quite a bit of speed and very talented ball handlers, so it's going to be a really good matchup. I know a lot of the girls have coached in club season. A lot of these players play off-season as well, so it's going to be a good matchup. As you mentioned, Darien getting things going. You know, it took a while to find positions, but I think Coach Minikis Mo said that you know, people are now settling in and things are really starting to sharpen up. So this is going to be a really good match today.
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm so excited to see these two teams together. Both very strong, great coaches, great players. It's going to be exciting.
So last season, Greenwich had a tremendous regular season. Their one loss to Darien in the regular season. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Wendy's just come in, our second official, so it looks like there's been quite a bit of traffic everywhere. So I think everyone's just running in and catching their breath, so they'll get under season soon.
Welcome to southwestern Connecticut
Yes.
on a Thursday afternoon.
It's true, it's true. My sister's traveling up for Virginia, and I said, if you don't hit New Jersey before 1 o'clock,
Don't
be ready.
come.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, it's having worked in Norwalk at News 12 for many, many years, coming from Rockland County, New York, always had to get a little earlier start on Thursday and Friday afternoons.
It's true, and then coming up is a holiday weekend.
Columbus Day weekend, yeah.
So the traffic has already begun.
Amy, I want to thank you for hopping on this broadcast. We'll have a lot of fun this afternoon.
I'm ready for it. It's exciting.
As we take a look at the Darien huddle again.
Looks like they're just giving the umpire an opportunity just to get their breath and get ready to go. Darien's lined up. Greenwich coming shortly. So, Amy, you were mentioning that Greenwich has 16 seniors?
Yes, we have a lot of seniors this year, which is great.
And Darien just coming off of graduating 12 seniors. So, again, rebuilding year, I think, for quite a few teams this year in the FCIAC.
Greenwich lost some top players, Amy, from a year ago. Maggie O'Gorman, of course, Beth
Yes.
Williamson, Emily Gunsberg, the goalie. So some new faces on this Greenwich team. Again, as we're just about ready to go, we are underway. Darien in the home whites, moving from right to left on your screen. Greenwich in the red jerseys, moving from left to right. So we are underway here at Stadium Field, Darien High School.
So Bridget Mahoney started with that ball, passed it back to Katie Elders, who got a ball down to Molly Hellman, who then just passed in, and it was intercepted immediately by a Greenwich player. That pass wasn't quite connected to a teammate. We have
Jimmy has the ball, passing it in. We also have our first freshman on the varsity
Zeta.
team this year, Zeta
Yeah.
Cohen. So we're excited about her.
And you know, when a freshman is on the varsity, she's got some serious
Yeah.
talent.
Yes.
she's Dutch. She's
Yes.
from the Netherlands, so
She
that's their home sport.
That's
so.
their national pastime.
This, you know, when I was in the Netherlands, it's amazing. The field hockey players are treated like football stars here. It's absolutely amazing. Here's Brinsley Rush getting an opportunity to get the ball. Pokes it out. It looks like
Ashley Zolan.
Ashley Zolan. It's a nice hit in.
Nice hit into Zeta.
So the other thing about Zeta playing on the right side means she's got some speed as well, because it's generally where we want to take the ball down. And there's Emily Schwartzman, who's able to get the ball up, but it was picked up quickly by
Gigi Imperator.
ball crossing over, and it's a good ball for Greenwich. But there comes, looks like Katie Elders picking that ball up nicely and trying to find Bridget Mahoney. This is going to be a good opportunity to see if Bridget can. Yep, that should be a corner. That should have been a penalty corner call.
Yeah. That's stopped by Gigi Imperator.
Yeah, there's another penalty corner. Yeah.
Looks like it.
It's tough to see everything, but I thought that one was pretty clear.
It was good.
There's only 3 players.
Yeah. Well, Darien did a great job bringing it down the field.
Bridget's fairly speedy, so we're seeing a short or penalty corner. As we've explained before, the defense, which is Greenwich, has allowed 4 players, including and a goalie, so a total of 5. And then Darien can actually bring everybody they'd like to up. But you see, we have a few defenders holding the line back, and the rest of the Greenwich players go back to the 50-yard mark.
So the first penalty corner of the afternoon for Darien.
Yeah, complete mistrap by Katie Elders was a great insert, and just a mistrap there. There's Greenwich having the opportunity to take that ball out at the 16-yard mark.
We've got Avril taking the ball out. She's one of our seniors.
Abril, such a great player.
Oh,
She's
yes.
outstanding player.
She's been really strong for our defense this year.
Yeah, I can remember from very young, just amazing block tackles. Yep, so Darien's going to have to carry that ball 5 meters before going in. The umpire, unfortunately, is making them pull the ball back 1 yard from the spot where the foul occurred instead of letting the play go ahead.
Had the chance to talk to Coach Orico before the game, and she said, typical FCIAC. You just never know what's going to happen.
It's so true. It's so true. And last year, I think, was so indicative of the FCIAC just being so sporadic but strong.
Paige Finneran passing the ball down.
She just got a great ball past Tala Garcia. And there's Emily Schwartzman.
She had Chabot on the right side.
Play by Emily Schwartzman.
Schwartzman with a nice defensive effort for Darien. We're just underway here. First half, no score. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, Amy Zolan joining you. Thanks for joining us here on the DAF Media Network. Our production crew, again, our director is Thomas Kiernan, TK. Mike DeMeglio is our camera one operator, and Owen Sheed is our ISO camera.
So you're seeing Greenwich do a switch of fields or just transferring the ball around the back. It's a good tactic to try to move the opposition. That was a great move by Molly Hellman. She just pushed the ball into the opponent's foot to be able to get a foul to move ahead. Katie Elders will take the free hit here. It's a great aerial ball. It's a good ball into space. No one running out to that. So once again, Greenwich will have a 60-yard hit coming out from the defensive end. The ball's been really good moving back and forth nicely, so you can see it's a quality. It's absolutely an indication of the quality of both of these teams.
Yes. Nice ball stop by Zita. Darien's got it back.
Yeah, she forced an obstruction call, which was good. Finding Bridget Mahoney makes a great touch on it, and here's Shea Vanderbrook coming in with Darien's opportunity. Nice little lift over, and she puts that in. So it was a kind of, she just went straight ahead, but the goalkeeper just mistimed the coming out.
Darien goal, Shea Vandenbroek.
So again, I think that just is a, I'm sure Coach Erico is going to go over just kind of a defensive breakdown there, and one goal doesn't mean so much in hockey. It can be gotten back fairly quickly. Here comes, is this Zita again down the sideline? Oh,
no, that is Sam Chabot, and that was a good pass by Zoe Metalios, number 25.
All these girls, known them for so long. There's Lindsay Rush and Bridget doing a great job cutting back, but that is...
that's Zoe Metalios.
Zoe picking that ball off, and a great pull right. She gets the opposition moving one way and then pulls.
Darien's in the right position. Good job.
Yeah, there's Molly Hellman. She's pretty quick. She's going to come down. Let's see. Now she pushes that ball way too far ahead with none of her teammates there to receive that ball. It's a great work there by
Gigi Imperator.
She's everywhere, wasn't she? Just on the straight. She was. It's a great play by her.
And we've got Paige Finneran, who is again showing that speed that we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah, they're so quick. So Gigi trying to find one of her teammates going ahead. It looked like Zita was running ahead down the ball. Generally try to, find the corner flags and send the ball into space. So that's Darien calling a timeout. It's been a lot of back and forth today. So I would imagine that Mo's probably going to tell the girls just to settle down. The defense has been sending the ball through the center of the field a little bit too much, which, as we know, we want to get it out to the sidelines.
Sidelines, yes. And we're starting to have a little rain, but it's not too bad. It's nice and...
it's been so humid that I think a little
breeze.
bit, it'll help the players out just a little bit. I'm wondering if they might come along with a replay once in a while. As we have the timeout, they may come along with a replay of the goal, which was simply just a breakaway and pretty much a one-on-one with the keeper. And again, just a mistiming on the keeper. So both teams really connecting well, finding each other on the field. Darien just up one goal just about 5 minutes into the match. We're just about finishing up with the timeout, and we'll see how both teams adapt as they come back in. So, Amy, which other do you know of which other players graduated that there's new players starting that are filling in some of the holes?
Yes, we do have a few players that are coming in. We also have, sorry,
no, that's okay.
Some of the standout people that are coming in. Ava Guaz is a senior this year, and Courtney Swift is a senior this year. We've got 3 juniors, Katie Pietrowski and Annie Fry and Ashley Zolan and Allie Simpson. And we do have a great new sophomore also, Charlotte Gaines, who we're really excited to see.
It's good to recognize all these kids. Are any of these girls committed to play at college level yet? Abril, I would imagine.
Yes, there are quite a few girls. I'm not really comfortable speaking
No,
for
that's
them.
totally fine. Totally fine.
But it's really exciting to see that these girls and that interest that colleges have in them and their interest in playing at college. I think that they're all just dedicated to their sport, and it's exciting.
Well, we've been trying to grow the game with all the clubs. If you notice, there's quite a few clubs now in the area that
Yes.
are saturated a little bit, and so they get a good quality playing off season. There's Tal Garcia with an aerial ball, which is great. It's into space. That needs to have an intended recipient or into space. And there's Molly Hellman, once again, just pushing that ball a little bit too far in front of her. So ball control is going to be imperative, I think, on both parts. Greenwich getting down, trying to get into their offensive D, offensive circle. It's a great save by Grace Aronson coming out.
Yes. Ashley Zolan has the ball right now, which is exciting. That was coming in from Joy Metalios. I mean, for not Joy, but her daughter, and to Paige Finneran. So let's see what happens here.
Okay, so she has a line to goal right there, but she's got to carry that ball 5 yards, which she did not. So the ball's going to be a turnover. There was a big hole to goal, though, so I would imagine she saw that and just wanted to drive
Drive it in.
But those mental errors, it'll click. She'll grab it the next time. So here's Emily Schwartzman on the sideline where the hit was being taken.
Well, they've got the ball back on the sidelines instead of the middle, so
It's a good sign.
it's a good sign.
So just for those of you watching, that any ball going inside the offensive 25 has got to be carried by the team or
Paige
passed.
taking it in
That's a great job.
and trying to get a rebound. It's a miss, and
Just
no
went wide
goal.
of the goal cage.
Just right out.
That's where tippers come in handy. If they're coming along the side, they can just try to put that ball. And you generally want to go around the keeper that way. So it was actually, I would say, a decent ball if someone was there to receive. It's Tawa Garcia starting with the ball again. She finds a nice little hole, and there's Shea Vanderbrook. And you'd mentioned the ball just needs to be a little tighter on the sticks, and she pushes that ahead. Finds her teammate, Bridget Mahoney. Now, Bridget, you're going to see with some good speed and good stick work here. Oop, and she took a little backswing there. So inside the circle, there wasn't time. She could have just tried to lift that or pull the ball back and then lift over the goalie. But she took a big backswing, so that was a good job on the goalkeeper.
Maria is
Maria.
in.
It's a good hit and unable to.
Just want to jump in here for a moment, Kari. We
Yes.
had to take down, unfortunately, our behind-the-goal cameras.
Oh,
the
for
weather
the
not
rain.
conducive. We've got some rain coming in, and it's expected to continue lightly, hopefully, for the duration of this game. But unfortunately, we don't have those angles for you, so we apologize for that. Again, Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, Amy Zolan joining you on this live stream of high school varsity field hockey. Darien, Greenwich in the home whites, or Darien in the home whites, Greenwich in the red.
So there's Abril sending the ball to Ashley Zolan, who's now going to take a ball, and she just thought that ball was lifted, but I couldn't see it through the players on her hit. So there's that hole again. Let's hope she carries that ball, which she did, and now she's able to go in. It's a nice move by Ashley Zolan. There's Brinsley Rush, who finds her teammate. That was Lily Coolitz, who sends the ball out, but again, no recipient there. And Brinsley Rush one more time. And that was, a dangerous ball. Any aerial ball, lifted ball needs to be a stick length away from any player in either direction, either height or width, if it's above the knee. She's on the 25-yard line again, so she's got to once again carry that ball 5 yards or pass to a teammate, which she does effectively. Now they can attempt to go into the circle. Some good ball movement. It's a nice pull.
Brill going through, trying to get to the center. Block from Darien, but everybody's working their stick skills today.
Yeah, I think it's, this was, we had talked about this with playing against, a lot of the better teams is you're going to just see a lot of talent, a lot of skill. She takes that shot outside the circle. And the umpire is calling that it was lifted off the goalkeeper. But I'm not sure because she's signaling a corner. Yeah,
And
she's
so-
signaling corner because she's signaling it was lifted off the goalkeeper. I wish we had the replay here because it didn't seem dangerous to anybody.
No,
from
I
my
agree.
view.
I agree with you, Kari.
So
And it was outside of the circle, which is hard to get a penalty when you're outside of the circle for a corner.
So we'll see.
But Ashley Zolan is inserting, and we'll see who it goes to for Greenwich.
So Greenwich with their first opportunity in a penalty corner. Insert. She's finding.
Looks like the ball went to Paige Finneran, and Darien rushed out and had a really nice stop.
So the
That's Darien's.
Yeah, the flyer was Katie Elders. She's pretty quick, so she gets out there quickly.
Yeah, that's speed is so important in this game.
Yeah, the speed along with this, we've had some really fast players who can't quite keep the ball.
Yes,
on their feet.
it's not all about speed. That's for sure.
But once they learn that, it's amazing. So you'll see, as we talked about some of these other players, they finally have caught their footwork has really caught up, and their stick work has caught up with each other. So it's really, really good to see.
See the whistle.
Yeah, the umpire's just signaling exactly where she needs to take that ball. So Ashley Zolan is making sure she puts it exactly in the right spot where the umpire is saying. And once again, she's got to carry that ball or pass to a teammate, which again she has. And it's a great try to transition. That ball was just a little bit flat, but
Flat, yes.
Nice move by Molly Hellman that time.
and flat in speed and strength. I meant not flat on the field. Darien having an opportunity just inside their offensive 40 to try to reach. It's been on the defensive end for Darien quite some time. Greenwich doing some great work here, and Katie Elders sending that right into a Greenwich player.
Zita has passed the ball to Sam Chabot. And now it looks like we've got Zoe Metalios back in the center. Just Darien's fighting for it, trying to stop that ball, and they've done so. Except for
the foot.
Kari's except for the foot, Kari's gonna tell me.
No, she was there, and there was some great give and goes by the players. So now she's outside the offensive 25, so she could go directly. Now Bridget has stolen that, and you'll see better ball control from Bridget Mahoney here than some of the players. She has Shea Vanderbrook up, and she has Molly Hellman, so she's trying to find one of her teammates. It was a great pass off the defender's left foot. But Greenwich does a great job getting that ball. Was that Ashley again? Yeah, great job trying to get that ball out. And here she goes again. Nice little give and go passes. Sometimes just these little passes are the best way to get through the opposition.
Greenwich is down at their 40, and Darien is taking the ball back, pushing it down towards their goal.
It's Molly Hellman able to come back for the ball. You'll see some good speed here, and she just tried to send that ball back to Daphne Cutler, who is just slightly behind her, and some great stick work again by Ashley. Just little lifts over the stick, which is so important. Just to Shea Vanderbrook cutting back for the ball. You'll notice that it's key. And here's Bridget Mahoney cutting ahead of the defender and trying to get and the goalkeeper goes down. So really good defensive save.
Good.
Amazing
Yes.
defensive save.
Wow.
Was that a Brill?
That was it was a Brill, number 7, and
Yeah.
Gigi Imperator on the corner.
Fantastic
Yes.
defensive save. The goal cage was open. The goalkeeper had gone down, and just not enough power on Darien to push it in, and a Brill gets right there and makes a great save. It's a good hit. Tala
hit.
Garcia picks it up. Katie Elders hits that ball out of bounds. It's going to be Greenwich ball on the sideline, so a side in. See them carrying, trying to draw the opposition and then find an open space. For those of you who aren't familiar with field hockey, it's very similar to other sports. You're just trying to find the space in the field. Trying to pull the defender one way, pass into the opposite space, cut into the opposite space, etc. There's a 16-yard hit coming out again, which unfortunately goes out of bounds, and Molly Hellman taking this hit right away. Free hit. Several years ago, field hockey started the self-start rule. So prior to that rule, you couldn't take it if you were the person on the ball. You could not take the hit yourself. It had to be.
I think it's great, that change. It keeps the pace of the game up and keeps the girls always ready, I think, to play.
It's great. And then at the international level, you can also take... Oh, there's another goal.
was a really nice pass to center to
Daphne Cutler. Daphne Cutler sends this ball right back. She finds Bridget Mahoney, who comes to the ball and just does a nice little Shea Vanderbrook. You see her ready on the post, but goalkeeper Maria Pereira just did a little bit of a slide tackle, which probably upright may have been. This is her first year in goal, you're saying, right? At the starting.
No, not well. Yes, because our goalkeeper last year has graduated, and Maria's done a great job. But yes,
I would imagine. Well, Grace Aronson as well is starting for the first time for Darien. It's tough when she had coverage on her left side with 3 defenders, but Bridget just had come in, which is a smart play on the offensive part to cut into the spaces we were talking about before.
She had some strength when they hit the ball in, which was really nice. You know, I think that makes it just harder to defend and harder to stop. So it's a strong hit on Darien.
So Coach Erico calling for a timeout. I would imagine she's just probably asking them to settle down to play smart. It really has been a back and forth game here. I'd be interested in seeing the stats. I think both teams have had 1 corner.
We're going to take another look at that Darien goal here to make it 2-0 Blue Wave. Some great camera work here by our very own Owen Sheed. Terrific job.
Daphne Cutler sending the ball to Bridget Mahoney, as we said, who came up from Shea Vanderbrook, was right there in case it went wide. So it's just a good play. Players in the right position, and that's kind of how it goes.
So it's 16-13 remaining in the first half. 2-0 Darien. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, Amy Zolan having a lot of fun here, right, Amy?
Oh,
you were apprehensive
absolutely.
At first. I saw it all over your face.
Don't worry, this is a one-time thing, but I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. It's great hearing your voice and Kari's voice and watching these girls play. I love the sport, so I appreciate your asking me to be here.
Thanks so much for hopping on.
Yes.
We will take a quick break, and we will be right back with more first half action here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 2-0 here in the first half. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, Amy Zolan, Blue Wave. Moving from right to left on your screen, here's Bridget Mahoney. Already has a goal in this one, the last one.
Yeah, so that was a Greenwich started with the ball, but Bridget somehow stripped that ball away and got it all the way down to the 25-yard line again. They're trying to work the ball in instead of her going through all these players. Or Shea Vanderbrook, a nice little lift. Now that was lifted up into her even though it was below the knee. So that's what we were just actually talking about. So the defender was already established. She lifted the ball into her, so she created the danger. Here's number 15, Katie, taking the ball in on the side end. Or 16.
16 is Gigi Imperator.
Fighting those reader glasses.
Oh my goodness.
I'm right there with you, Kari. It's going downhill by the day.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Ball near midfield here as Darien tries to possess. Here's Greenwich.
Greenwich had a great ball through, and then Daphne Cutler had it, but again, just sending the ball not to her teammate. Here's Shea Vanderbrook with an opportunity on goal again, and she great
nice
save.
Nice save.
What a save.
Brinsley Rush. So it was the one time the slide tackle was effective and timely, so it was really good.
We've got Olivia Hookman out there. She's one of our great seniors, and also a lacrosse player and field hockey player, and it's been really strong for our team. Second year on varsity.
Lacrosse players are so good. hand-eye coordination, because lacrosse, of course, is played in the air, and you can look up while you're playing. While field hockey, the ball's on the ground. It's a little different. So lacrosse players generally have really good field vision. There's Molly Hellman again, just speeding her way down the sideline.
Sliding right by.
Yeah, looking to find Bridget, but we have Daphne, it looks like Daphne Cutler at the top of the circle and sending that ball in. Goalkeeper, it's down.
Maria's...
Yeah, so a penalty stroke was called. That ball had hit a defender behind the goalkeeper, and if it hits any part of the defender's body behind the goalkeeper, it's a penalty stroke. Unless the goalkeeper was trapping the ball. There was so much going on there, and maybe if we get a replay, we could see it.
I think Darien kept on trying to push the ball in and really try to get the rebound, and a lot of action there. So that was a tough call.
So this looks like Katie Elders, who is going to take the penalty shot, penalty stroke. It's taken 7 yards out from the goal cage, and the umpire will ask if each party is ready, and then Katie will take her stroke, place it anywhere in the goal cage where she can get around the goalkeeper.
So a penalty stroke here for Katie Elders. And she puts it in the back of the cage, and she puts Darien up 3-0, as we will take another look at that penalty stroke by Katie Elders.
And penalty strokes are usually taken from the 7-yard line. Is that
the
standard?
Yes, you can see there's a black line there right on the. So she. It's just a great
shot.
Yeah, good speed on
high, good speed.
If we were talking hockey, this would be top shelf, right?
That's right. Yeah. I know a little bit more about hockey too. With
with your boy.
Yes, with my boys playing as well.
It's a ball that just
ball
went
in
off
the air, just went off someone's foot.
Yep.
It looks like Greenwich trying to get it down the field, back in their zone, and.
So the umpire calling third-party obstruction. It's very similar to a moving pick in basketball. You can't shield the offensive player from getting the ball. So once again, she's just got to carry this ball 5 yards. We're past between. Now she hit a foot in the circle. I would imagine that should be a penalty corner. It looked like it was inside the circle.
That is Zoe Metalios, who's trying to get through the 3 defenders from Darien, and
yeah, she went right into the circle.
And she went into the circle, and Darien has got the ball back on our 20-yard line.
So here's Lily Coolitz trying to send the ball, and generally
nice
trying
pass.
not to send that ball through the center.
Not through the center, but she was able to connect. I think it had great strength on it, and that's the 4th pass down to Darien that they connected every one of them.
Great one time, and then pass back to Bridget Mahoney. She's going to want to try to get this reverse shot off, but she's smart and pulls the ball back and tries to get a corner, which I believe she had earned, but yeah.
So another corner opportunity here for the Blue Wave.
And that was unfortunately defender Olivia Hoagman just caught in the wrong spot. So Katie Elders should be Lily Coolitz injecting or inserting this ball. It has to come outside of the gray circle. Our circle is gray. You see several there on the field. And then it has to be inside or touched by an offensive stick inside the circle to be considered a goal. There's a good insert. She passes back to the inserter, who's going to send it back up, but it's
nice clear by Greenwich.
Greenwich.
Great. So it's I think a corner that I know they were trying, but it
was Katie Walco who cleared the ball. Number 27.
It's a good clear. A defensive corner, you always want to try to get out because of the numbers up that you're facing, or down that you're facing defensively. Ooh. There's a collision.
Yes.
Takes the goggles off.
Paige Finneran's trying to run to the ball. Does she get it? Oh, really good hustle. Not quite there. It's going to be Darien's ball.
Great opportunity to try to get this ball down. Now here's, looks like Emily Schwartzman, who just had that little run in, taking the ball. You see Darien setting up very similar to Greenwich with a bowl in the back. Greenwich also had that bowl where they can swing the ball around to the other side or transfer the ball.
She passed it right over Sam Chabot, and it went to Zoe Metalios, who's trying to get it back down there, looking for some help.
So Emily Schwartzman really patient on D, and that's a great job on her getting a foul. That
passing it to the center, and Greenwich got it back. And we've got Paige Finneran fighting, trying to get it, push that ball forward, and they have done so.
No, she should have just gotten that call that she.
Yes.
Yeah, she got the initial obstruction outside of the circle, which she should have called, but I think she's now calling a foul inside the circle. So Greenwich with their second opportunity at a penalty corner. I think the speaking captain is asking because the initial obstruction call was outside the circle. You could see it. Sometimes they give advantage, but not on something like that because there was actually no advantage to
exactly.
So we have inserting is, I can't see the number.
Yeah, no, I can't either. I'm trying.
In this bar to the top, and it's a striker. It's a great
nice
sweep.
Insert. The ball's still alive, and
Grace Aronson with the stretch save.
It's a really wonderful sweep. Grace Aronson had a good save.
We're going to take another look at that save by Aronson. Here's the penalty corner for Greenwich. They're going to have another one coming up. We've got a little break here. We'll show you this replay.
Nice.
And a nice save.
Nice save. Great hit from Zoe Metalios, but a fantastic save from Darien.
Yeah, that was a slightly deceptive sweep where she looked, she went wide of the goal cage, which was great.
Olivia Hookman's going to have the shot in, inserting it.
A little bit slow, and that gives Katie time to get it out. Yeah, and
yes,
it did hit a Greenwich foot, so it should be coming out.
Yeah.
Broken up by Katie Elliott.
It was just a slow insert. We try to get that ball out. The insert
a little faster and slow, and no hop on it. It was a little bouncy, the ball.
Yeah, this field, here in the U.S., obviously, most high schools play on this multi-field turf, which is not Astro, which is generally what field hockey is played in other countries. And so the ball can bounce quite a bit. Here's Bridget Mahoney sending that ball.
See, that is why we have you on these live streams, for that kind of insight. I never thought of that. So this multi-field turf, a little bit different, a little bit more cushiony. And then the AstroTurf.
Well, being that field hockey is not a main sport in the United States, we're trying to get it there. But being that it's not, it's more appropriate for other sports to be able to play on this. So AstroTurf needs to be watered.
Yep.
It burns if you fall on it. So football, soccer, those kind of things wouldn't benefit if you didn't have the full water filtration. Now that ball was just for a moment. That was into two players, and an aerial ball needs to be into space or into an intent. Yeah. So this is just a little bumpier. It's longer. It's shorter than grass, but it's just not like AstroTurf. AstroTurf is like playing on a very flat surface.
Right.
So the ball handling is so much better. A little safer. The ball doesn't pop up unexpectedly. Here's number 16. Here's Bridget Mahoney taking this ball away, trying to find her teammate.
Right, and I'll hit to Gigi Imperator. She's bouncing back, and here we go.
Yeah, that
Darien has a strong hit across field and is trying to, it's connected and connected to Molly Hillman down at the 30-yard line. And she's just zipping through.
And she's going to try to
Brill.
Yeah, she called it. I think now that penalty, I believe I saw the arm go up for a penalty stroke. That would be considered a flagrant foul, baking the foul down from behind when the player coming on has pretty much, it would be a sure goal, one-on-one with the keeper. The defender
rushed her.
Broke it down from behind, so it's a breakdown foul, so it's considered a penalty stroke.
Well, I certainly have learned a lot. I know everybody out there has too. This is excellent information. After years of watching field hockey, to learn this, it's really important. It makes the game so interesting as well to know these rules.
So interesting choice to have Katie Elders take another stroke, and she goes to the same spot.
Mm-hmm. It's high and strong.
So here we go. We'll take another look at that. She's just so strong. Yeah, she sends it to the same spot.
Another great ISO camera by Owen Sheed.
Thanks for that. I love this playback.
One of our new features this season.
Now, Greenwich is trying to get something going. Sometimes it's tough to.
Yes,
4-0.
It's tough when it's 4-0, and they're all working really hard and such strong players. So it's you can tell the level of intensity. And Sam Chabot has the ball and just passing it down, and now our freshman Zita has it and is passing it back to Sam Chabot. And
Sam finds a foot.
Sam finds a foot and is carrying it in, not stopping, just Pass it back to Zoe Metalios, and it's in the circle, and looks like Paige Finneran's trying to do something with it. So it didn't connect all the way, but now it's Darien's ball.
Grace Aronson with another nice stop there.
You know, that's the leadership you saw from Sam. You know, the call was made. She knew to take the hit, to take it right away, try to get into the circle and try to generate some offense here. Sam, just a great player, been playing for us.
Great player and a wonderful captain, great person.
Great person. All of these girls, just phenomenal athletes, phenomenal young ladies.
Absolutely. Olivia Hookman's bringing up the side, and Darien, number 6, is fighting for it.
Yeah, that's Brinsley Rush, a sophomore, starting for the first time this year. We have 3 returning starters. Here goes Bridget Mahoney again. You're going to see, again, some good stick work. She keeps that on her, goes through 2 defenders. Now it's going to be, let's see what she has. Now, interested why the other defender didn't make a play for it. And she's trying to dribble through too much, and she gets that ball and then sneaks it past the goalkeeper.
No, we just didn't have any defenders in that right-hand corner of the goal after the goalie went down on the left-hand side to try to make a block. It was good skill from Darien to pop it right over.
Mahoney
Bridget,
with a nice second effort.
Absolutely.
Bridget Mahoney, just in every, you know, I feel bad, but every broadcast you'll hear her name over and over again. She's just impossible to miss on the field, obviously, and her skill is just second to none. I think she's probably one of the best players in the state, I would have to say.
And Pereira, Greenwich's keeper, made a nice first effort there.
Save.
Oh yeah, she's been really strong for us, and I think you know, that's part of the sport is being prepared for those rebounds, and that's a lot of times they don't go in the first time, but you know, you got to have a defender in your backup also.
Absolutely. We always say that you know, the goalkeeper can make the first and then the second save generally, but after that it's up to the team to kind of clean her up and help her get the ball out. Well, it's key right now that Maria doesn't, you know, get dejected and stays strong in the game, and you know, just trust your team and trust yourself to, you know, her instincts to keep playing here. This is Ashley again bringing the ball down.
Yes.
And she does great drawing a foul there, and she's going to be able to take that ball right away. She sends that ball trying to find her teammate, but that's broken up by Lily Kulitz, who sends the ball right into a Greenwich player. And now Tyler Garcia having that ball and sending it in the opposite direction, which is smart. Probably a little flatter would have been better. Greenwich another opportunity just wide of the cage on the right. It's good ball movements from both teams, really moving this ball well. It's Tyler Garcia. Imagine she'd send the ball back to Lily Kulitz if Lily dropped back a little bit. Now is that Thunder?
No.
And I don't believe it's Thunder. I believe the your junior varsity players here.
They are loud and proud.
They were just on the bleachers, and it sounded like Thunder.
Oh, we went to Fairfield Ludlow to play on, I think it was Tuesday night, and we got there and were able to play 12 minutes of a game. And the varsity had just arrived, and they played 2 minutes, and the game was called The Thunder. Was just...
I believe it's 30 minutes
30
after
minutes.
every...
Yes, yes. We had the same situation in Greenwich on Tuesday and had a rain delay. We were able to finish out the game successfully, so that was good.
Yeah, we were not able to finish, and we waited the hour, so needless to say, it...
We've got Jen Kelly in now, some fresh players. She's a great hockey player.
Darien moving that ball again, really good down the sideline. There's Molly Hellman again with her speed. She has, this is Sarah Bogdan subbing in, number 12, I believe I can see. And Olivia Stein looks like she's in also on the left post here. Trying to dribble through those sticks is never an option with the stick down on the ground. And Abril's so good with her stick there, you really won't be able to get through her.
Yeah, that's Zoe Metalios and blocking the ball there. And she's...
Zoe Metalios, one of the captains of this Greenwich team, along with Paige Finneran and Sam Chabot. And we've heard all 3 of those names throughout this broadcast this afternoon.
Yes, both all strong leaders and going on to play collegiate sports, and so it's exciting.
Yeah, they've been strong. Just loving the game from years and years. So just great girls. Nice little lift to get over the stick, and here's a stick obstruction. When you go after the ball and don't come away with the ball and you impede the stick from the opponent making progress, you can hear that clink. That's a stick obstruction. And that's a great takeaway from Demi.
Yes. And she's got Sam at the other end of the field, hopefully to push that ball down, and Jen Kelly coming right down after her.
There's Tala Garcia called for a push. I don't really think that was a push, but it definitely was a foul. So here's Greenwich with an opportunity, but looks like Lily Coolitz just getting that ball out, finding her teammate Olivia Stein. Olivia finding, sending that ball into Greenwich, but finding a foot, thankfully, because it pass probably wasn't the best option. Here's Zoe coming down. Great stick work, eliminating Olivia Stein. And Darien trying to get this ball out, and Greenwich trying to get their first
Sam
goal.
getting a corner here.
Good job at Sam Chabot.
Sam Chabot, yep.
Drawing
Definitely.
the corner.
Smart play.
So we've talked about the short corners or penalty corners. Any foul inside the defensive circle or the D would be considered a penalty corner, or sometimes the umpire will call a flagrant foul outside of the D for a corner as well.
Ashley Zolan, the inserter here for Greenwich.
Nice. It's a nice little give and go pass. They'll get a shot off, and Grace Aronson with the save. And
yes.
And that is a Greenwich goal.
Greenwich goal. Great job.
Corner.
Yeah.
So we're going to take another look at this. Nice first save by Aronson, and then I believe it's Ashley Zolan.
I didn't want to say anything, since I'm her mother, but we're glad for Greenwich. They got the first goal in, and that was nice teamwork. That's the most important thing. It's the team playing together and keeping at it. So we've got one on the board.
1 minute left in the half, and Greenwich gets on the board with a beautiful goal off a corner by Ashley Zolan.
A minute 18 remaining. It is 5-1 Darien. Greenwich just answered with their first goal of the game.
Here's, I believe that's Molly again.
These are
such a hard time seeing. I can tell by the way they run usually.
Right.
That's what I have to resort to nowadays. There's Katie Elders, captain on the sideline, number 22. There is just 50 seconds remaining. Darien's going to try to get circle entry if they could. Opportunity to, get a corner. And Katie, just some great stick work, pushing that ball ahead, trying to find her teammate, Sarah Bogdan, who is stopped very nicely by Sam Chabot again, who sends that ball out, finds her teammate. And they're getting some, so Darien's made some subs here, and Greenwich has been able to really capitalize on that. Moving the ball with some good speed. This ball coming around, here's Emily Schwartzman. Ashley Zolan. Yep. And she's stopped by Emily Schwartzman and her teammate Olivia Stein helping pick that ball up, but sending that ball into the center of the field in the offensive D, generally not best plan. So very lucky Darien to come away with that buzzer.
And that will do it for the first half. Darien, impressive start to this one, up 5-1. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with second half action on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA, to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back live on the DAF Media Network, and the second half is underway. Thanks for joining us. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, and Amy Zolan joining you. Our DAF Media production crew, Camera 1, Ryan Smith. Camera 2, Owen Sheed. Our director's Thomas Kiernan, and our instant replay operator is Mike DeMeglio. Darien up 5-1, 5 first half goals. Greenwich got on the board late in the first half. We'll see what was said at halftime and see what happens here in the second half.
So Greenwich getting the ball down right away. Really good work there on their part. It's a little stick obstruction, I believe, on Greenwich. So I'm looking like that's Katie Elders. Yeah, it was Katie Elders back there. Just didn't think she'd be back that far back in the corner. Here's Lily Coolitz taking the ball, finding Katie Elders on the right side and setting the ball down. The right side is generally a little easier at this level to bring the ball down because it's the front stick of where the girls are playing. The left side's just a little bit harder.
Sam Chabot's bringing the ball in a foot.
Yeah, she got Zoe Metalis.
Zoe Metalis brought it right back, so that's good. And it was a nice pass to Jen Kelly, number 16, senior, number 18, sorry.
There's Lily Coolidge breaking that play up, and okay, it looks like there's going to be a green card issued to Greenwich for a push.
It's a push on
number 11.
Number 11. Is that Paige Finneran? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was in disbelief. Sorry, Kari.
No, it's okay.
Like, no, that could not be, but it is.
It also could have just been, she could have misstepped and happened to, it could have looked like it. You know, it's always the umpire's discretion, and sometimes it's not as it seems. And, you know, but they do have to keep the game safe. So if they're seeing what they think might be foul play, they'll call it. Now, that's a little bit too far. Molly's really fast. But she makes it, and you see Maria staying in the goal cage. Smart slide tackle there on her
Very
part.
nice.
I would have imagined she would have tried to come out and get that ball first, but that was a great slide tackle. Really good job. That's got to give her some confidence there coming into the second half. Really great save.
Nice work by our crew on that one.
It's Katie Elders with the ball. She's going to send that ball back again. To Lily Coolidge, who sends the ball right into the circle. Molly Hellman cutting back for it and trying to do some stick ground, but the Greenwich team has their sticks out. There's a lot of physical play happening here. Again, I don't necessarily think it's intentional. It's probably going to be on Katie Elders. She's going to get a green card as well and have to come out 2 minutes. Sometimes just going after the ball. You're just going after the ball.
That was definitely apparent there.
And I think here as well.
Yes.
Again, we are just underway here in the second half. Darien, Greenwich in the red, moving from from right to left. Darien in the home whites, moving from left to right.
Nice aerial by Zita and pass to Ashley Zolan, who's moving the ball down.
Yep, she's doing well, dribbling through several defenders. And here comes Katie Duggan, who's in the game. There's a hard whistle there just to bring the ball back, and also because Katie Duggan is, you don't know, but she's just coming back to field hockey as a junior. She's a very good lacrosse player recruited to play in college, and so she gave field hockey a little bit of a break, so she's returning this year.
And I had the chance to talk with her. She's glad she's back.
Oh, good. Yeah,
she's having a lot of fun. She is a terrific lacrosse player.
And so are we. Here she goes on the ball. Molly Hellman just did some great stick work to get her around, and there's Katie sending a great ball.
It was a nice goal by Darien, and it was
just mistimed by Maria, just slightly mistimed. Had she maybe stepped out a moment sooner, but it's always so hard to tell. It's so hard to
or stayed back a little bit. Yes, it is hard to tell, but it's a great play.
Duggan gets credited with that goal.
Okay. I'd like to see that replay again.
Correction. Goal by Shea Vandenbroek.
Yeah, because I believe she was outside the circle.
She assisted on that play, Katie Duggan.
She did. I believe that's her first assist. Greenwich now going ahead with the ball, and as we saw, they came out with some good fire, and I'm expecting this not to end until the final whistle blows. Molly Hellman cutting back for the ball, trying to find Katie Duggan, who does some nice little fancy footwork over the ball.
Yes, she really avoided that ball with a nice leap in the air.
But then finding her foot again was Zoe.
Zoe Metalios, yes.
Really smart player. Sometimes it's the best thing to pull the ball around and try to get the defender to lift their stick and expose their left foot, so you can just push that ball in there and get a foul. Shea Vandenbroek breaking that play up, and Ashley winning that ball right back, but then taken away by I believe that is Brinsley Rush, who sends it ahead, and
Bridget Mahoney falls to the turf. She is okay. The DAF Media Network will be live streaming tomorrow's Darien Fairfield Ludlow girls soccer match at the Oval here on the Darien High School campus. Right now we're watching some high school varsity field hockey between two perennial powers in the state of Connecticut, Darien and Greenwich.
Now, both of these players are still out, so both teams are down to 9 players on the field currently. Greenwich will have their player who's out with a green card come in just a little.
We've got another penalty.
Same. She's getting a yellow card this time, which is this Lily Coolidge coming out? I didn't even see what happened. There's Lily Coolidge coming out. Now she's getting a yellow card for 5 minutes.
So Greenwich will have an advantage here on offense.
Yep.
It was a confusing play, hard to call when you're not right down there. There's so much action going on, and Greenwich has to get a hustle in. There's Courtney Swift who misses getting, or has gotten to the ball, and Sam Chabot is going to put it in.
Katie Elder's back in. There's Katie Duggan playing on her defensively, and it's great reception there.
Paige Finneran's got the ball and has pushed it in, and nice save from Darien. Pushed it out of the circle, and
there's Molly Hellman coming down the sideline. It's just off of Greenwich stick, so it's going to be white ball, Darien ball coming in on the sideline. It's Katie Elder's playing in the back, who's going to, you see Darien has some kind of a bowl system in the back as well. So you could send that ball back and try to transfer the field, which is a good ball here. Greenwich will try to pick that ball off the ball. We always say the ball moves faster than you do, so try to move the ball and let the ball do the work.
We talked at the outset the tradition both of these programs have. Greenwich from 2004 to 2006, 3 straight FCIAC championships.
Great work
Opportunity here by the Blue Wave.
Wow.
And that is a goal.
That was just amazing passing down the sideline.
It was all down the sideline.
That was an amazing move by Molly and Bridget. They just play so well together, and Molly just...
Marie was out of goal trying to block that and did a good job.
She tried to make an anticipation move.
She tried to anticipate it, yes, absolutely. Yep. And we had 3 defenders in the back, a little short, but that was such a great hit in from Darien.
That was just some really good passing.
Yes. Right.
Molly and Bridget have now gotten to know each other a little bit more, where they, kind of know where each other's going to be, and I think that was an opportunity to really see where that works.
You know, the two things about these programs in particular, as do some of the other elite programs in the FCIAC, not only is the FCIAC such a challenge, but a lot of the non-conference games that are scheduled by these programs. Greenwich played Mamaroneck this year. Darien, of course, played Garden City.
Yes.
Daniel Hand. You and I talked about this the other day. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And they play some of the top programs in the tri-state area as the rain is coming down just a little bit harder now.
It's Grace Aronson just come out, made a nice save again. Here's Molly Helm with the ball trying to go through the front stick of, is that a real number?
No, it's Annie, I believe, yes.
And some great stick work there on Zoe Matalia's. Yep. She finds Bridget's foot. Now you see Bridget backing up. She's not allowed to play that ball unless the player has gone 5 yards. She's got to allow that player to travel 5 yards before she plays that ball. And even if she's in the immediate area, she has to allow that player to go. Rain really coming down just in time for our game. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's a nice overlap run by Katie Elders, who Molly just dishes that ball, or that could have been Daphne actually, just dished the ball outright. Katie Elders taking a side in again, and it looks like Darien calling a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
So score now is 7-1, second half, 23 minutes remaining, so we're about 12 minutes in the second half. This is a high-scoring game.
Yes, it is. That's a high score for field hockey, certainly.
And now I know these players very well, as do you, and we talk about this a lot sometimes in sports. It just kind of goes like this. It's not always an indication of, the quality of the team sometimes.
Oh, certainly not. And you can tell how the fight in there and the stick skills and everything else. It's just when they're playing on the sidelines and all these passes that are going through, I think we're having a tough time in goal right now.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes that's how it is. And
you can hear the rain through
Yes.
our microphones. It's coming down harder here. We've got about 23 minutes remaining in this one. We've got a stoppage in play here, a timeout. Darien up 7-1. Impressive effort by the Blue Wave against one of its FCIAC rivals. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with more live varsity field hockey on the DAF Media Network. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network. Rain coming down, as you can see. High school varsity field hockey. Darien and Greenwich. Blue Wave up 7-1. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, Amy Zolan joining you. Thanks so much for joining us. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. I want to thank you for tuning in. Our DAF Media production crew, Camera 1, Ryan Smith. Camera 2, our ISO camera, Owen Sheed. Our director is Thomas Kiernan, TK, and our instant replay operator is Mike DeMeglia.
So Darien possession now, trying to get into their offensive 50, and Greenwich obviously not wanting that to happen. There's number 10 coming down.
Number 2, Charlotte.
Bridget picking that ball up really well, just does a little spin move. She's going to try to eliminate this player, but great
Nice
job.
stop by O'Brill.
Yeah, O'Brill's just so good with her. She's always had the most amazing flat stick tackle.
Augustina trying to keep it there. Everybody's fighting hard for this ball in the pouring down rain, and it's passed it back to Zoe Metalios, who's made a nice pass to Paige Finneran, who's going to pass it up to her captain Sam Chabot, and we're about on the 20-yard line, and Zoe has gotten it in the circle, and
Nice save by Grace.
Nice save by Darien, and Darien has gotten the ball. They've kept it in play.
Katie Elders getting the ball, it looks like, coming down again. Or that looks like Olivia Stein. Sorry, just have to again check out by their running styles.
Yes.
And blonde and or brown hair. Here's Katie Elders again. And as you can see, they have this ball set up in the back. It might be a good option because she's looking at a lot of red here, and that's actually a really good ball. It just moves through Tala Garcia, moves the ball a little bit faster. She's finding on the outside there Brinsley Rush, again, sophomore, first-year starter for Varsity, and finds Bridget, who makes a great touch on that ball. Good ball
connecting
control.
Again from Darien.
Yeah.
And
she sends a great ball into the circle, and a good save by Maria. Bridget.
The ball's still alive.
Yeah, Bridget getting that rebound from one side to the other. Finding her teammate again, nice little lift up, and see if defense, Greenwich, great job stopping the ball. Katie Elders sending it back in. And again, great job in Greenwich stopping that ball. They're, I would imagine not going to allow any more, and unless it's some of those nice little give and goes. There's a miss tackle by Emily Schwartzman, and Greenwich doing a great job bringing the ball down the sideline. Yeah.
Emily Miller on the far side of the field.
She comes back and finds. I should know this name by now. So two yellow. I mean, it's
Paige Finneran. Yes, Greenwich trying. The Darien goalie is out, and it's Ashley Zolan trying to put it back in again, but it's turnover, and it's down Greenwich ball.
Yeah, so Grace was out and down, so sometimes it's a little bit difficult.
I think Ashley was trying to flip it over the goalie that was down, which was a great,
it was
great
in traffic,
try, but it was blocked.
That's also always up to the umpire's discretion, so it's so hard. Sometimes they're taking a shot on goal and there's no one around, and they still call it dangerous. And but you know, that one obviously there were people there. But here's Olivia Stein, and ball stripped away by Sam. Is that Sam? No.
That's Annie Fry who's in right now, and
Daphne Cutler comes away with it, and it does a nice job getting the ball away. It's going to be Greenwich ball side in.
As Katie Piotrowski's coming in, and is taking it to Zoe Metalios, who's doing some stick handling and trying to push the ball to her teammate, and Augustina. And it's Greenwich ball, and Ashley Zolan's bringing it in, and she's made us.
Yeah, so the umpire's going to give. No, so it was a third-party obstruction, and Greenwich started with that ball right away. Now the player didn't. The player played her before Greenwich took that ball 5 yards, so it's going to be a penalty on Darien. Again, I didn't see if she held up a yellow or green card, but the yellow would be 5 minutes. The green card would be 2 minutes again. And they can give a card for that penalty to any player, even if it was a different player that was warned.
Nice pass. We're into the circle, and it's gone out.
Just wide. And Grace Aronson does a good job actually just following that ball. Now it was off a Darien player, so that's going to be a hit coming in at the 25-yard line. And as we've said several times, that ball has to be carried 5 or passed to a teammate. She passes it back. Now this player can go directly in. Some good stick work there by
going through.
Yep. And a ball sent out wide by Darien defense. Sam Chabot looks like, or Ashley Zolan.
Yeah.
3 in the 8
do have the same kind of body. Yes, they're
similar hair color.
Yes, yes.
Sam just has a little bit, her cheeks are a little more red. I can actually see from here. All right. And Bridget Mahoney trying to take that ball away, and Zoe doing everything she can to keep that ball. Obviously, Greenwich trying to get another opportunity to score here, and that ball sent out just a little bouncy. Looks like Shea Vanderbrook going to try to get this ball on her stick, which she does, and
Gigi Imperator is just trying to stay on it.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Really good. That's the best thing you can do is just stay kind of, on the ball, be really patient. Patient defense is so important. It's a great hole. Now, Greenwich was expecting that transfer, and that was a good ball by Emily Schwartzman.
Yes, and Katie Piotrowski was there and just in front was able to get that. But Darien's gotten it right back, and it's
Paula Garcia passing to Olivia Stein, who's trying to go through the front stick, which, again, never happens generally. We make jokes. Stick it has not had a hole in it yet. We've been playing this sport for many years, and if a defender has their stick down, it hasn't changed yet.
Although we seem to collect a few of them, but that's okay. It's like a foot on Darien, but it wasn't. It's a nice pass.
I think she moved her foot out of the way. She's pretty good, but it could have been a miss as well. Here's Shea Vanderbrook one-on-one with
Katie,
Maria, and great save
by Maria.
Great save by Pereira.
Yeah.
Pereira with a great save, and we're going to take another look at it. Terrific work by our crew. Yeah. There it is.
That was great timing.
It was great timing because that was a breakaway. It looked like Darien had possession of the ball and was really coming in hard and strong to try to make a goal. So
speaking of hard and strong, it is coming down now. The rain here at Stadium Field.
I'm glad I'm underneath here. This is, now I know the perks of the job. I might try this again.
Yeah, we have a nice little canopy tent here, and
in the winter,
so far so good.
Winter, we're inside with a heater, which is much better than being outside.
Right, that's right. That was where? That was up
Norwalk.
In Norwalk, and then also in Cheshire.
Yes, in Norwalk.
Cheshire was cold.
Probably, I think, minus something. Remember that freeze? And the girls could
barely
move.
And we brought the heater in, and we brought the heater to Cheshire as well.
Let me tell you, I was so glad to be in the booth those days. Daphne Cutler sending the ball back to Katie Elders, who draws her opponent one way and then pulls the other, which is a really good move. Daphne Cutler, just a little mistrap there, and again trying to get through Zoe's stick. And Zoe's just, too good for that. She's a really smart defender. It's a great job on Zoe's part getting that obstruction call. And Greenwich with an opportunity to get this ball out of their defensive end, but Katie Elders putting a stop to that, trying to find her teammate. Nice little try to get that ball in. And here goes Greenwich ahead. Now that ball to the right would be a good option. Probably a little flatter and wider because then you have the players in the center of the field, like Katie Duggan there, Lily Kulitz, who was out for 5 minutes, by the way, now is able to return. ball sent wide. Daphne Cutler there, and Katie Elders, who sends the ball to Olivia Stein, who sends that ball into Greenwich. So Sam Chabot picking that ball up, and did I get that right?
It was a Brill.
Brill.
And Katie Pietrowski's guarding her side well, and everybody's just anticipating this ball. It's
Darien trying to swing this ball around again. It's not sent as hard
Augustina has come through and gotten the ball. And
great job on Tala breaking that play up, and I thought that hit Greenwich foot, but the umpire saw it a different way. So the ball's going to be coming in at the 25-yard mark. And Greenwich having another opportunity to get into their offensive circle. Yeah, that's a short corner. The defender
outside of the circle.
Well, the defender didn't start 5 yards away, which she has to.
Okay.
And when Greenwich takes that ball right away, the defender has to start. Or if she doesn't, she can't influence the play at all. And our defender was down, set, and ready to take the ball away.
Yeah. Okay.
So Greenwich with an opportunity here on another penalty corner. I believe this would be their third or fourth penalty corner. 14 minutes left in the second half.
Taken by Ashley Zola.
So Ashley had the only goal in the game off the penalty corner as well. So Darien just settling their defense. The corner can't start until the defense is set. The umpire checks with the goalie. Ashley has a good insert there. It's nice and quick. She finds Zoe at the top of the circle. Zoe trying that sweep again, but Katie Elder's right there, but sending it back out to a Greenwich player. They're going to see if they can get that ball in. And they do, and
Still
get another
live.
shot.
Oh.
And just unfortunately finding a foot coming out.
So Kari Johns is going to have to leave us, Amy Zolan. She's going to leave us for the rest of the game. You'll have to carry me here. And it's about 13 minutes left in the game. 7-1, Darien. Want to thank Kari, as always, for all of her help.
Yes, Kari, thank you so much. Your knowledge and your experience and just your leadership for these girls. I have to say we're really grateful for you and what you bring to the sport and to Fairfield County. But mainly to all these girls, so thank you
so much. As you know, it's my pleasure. I love the game, love the sport, and my job is to give them the same passion that we all have to love the game and enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kari.
Ball is hopping around. Greenwich has possession, and now it's Darien. They're trying to pass it through, but the ball has gone out of bounds, so it's going to be Greenwich's ball.
It's got to be a different feeling for these girls playing in this kind of weather. This kind of, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but it certainly was beautiful at the start of this game and leading up to the game. And but started to get a little bit more ominous as the game started. And sure enough, we've played most of this second half in the rain. Darien with an impressive 7-1 lead. This will be a game that Greenwich, I mean, we still have 11 minutes to go, but
yes, but it's a high-scoring game.
High-scoring game.
So we're not going to be able to make it up, but they're trying. Here's Ashley Zolan again, pushing it down, trying to find a teammate. Greenwich is there, and Darien is there right now, though, and they're doing some good passing.
There's Teddy Maloney with the ball. We've got a whistle. It'll be Darien possession. They retain possession. And here's Daphne Cutler on the near sideline, tries to get it to Olivia Stein, but it rolls across the end line, and it will be a Greenwich possession. You know, Amy, we talked about the tradition of these programs, and I started to throw out some stats. You know, Greenwich 11 state championships, Darien with 10 state 21 state championships combined, these two programs, and certainly two of the elite programs through the years.
Amazing.
Not only in southwestern Connecticut, but in the entire state of Connecticut. Here's Greenwich now as Darien looks to push this into their offensive end.
That's amazing that, and it's so nice to see some of these girls play together in off seasons, and the skills that they've developed and the dedication that they have. I mean, it's really amazing. Some of them are multi-sports,
absolutely,
and play year round, and some of them don't. And it's great to see. Just great to see them all being leaders and young women playing the sport and working hard at their academics. And you know, being a student athlete isn't easy, and I'm proud.
Well, in talking to Coach Orico, you mentioned the multi-sport athletes. I think we're starting to see that come back around. We've been in this period of specialization where student athletes focus maybe on one sport, whether it be field hockey, lacrosse, basketball, what have you. I think that's starting to change a little bit.
I'm
starting
all for
to go
that.
back to the way it was when we were growing up.
Right.
And
you can play 3 sports,
play
multiple
3 sports, yeah.
And you could take the summer off.
Yeah,
How about that? Go on vacation. No,
have a life outside of travel
Exactly.
sports, yeah.
That's right. I think they've changed some of the rules also for field hockey for recruiting and when D1 coaches can talk to you, and I think that helps also alleviate some of that.
Absolutely.
And I think it's healthy.
Absolutely. Ball is on the far side of the field, rolls out of bounds. It will be Greenwich possession here. Greenwich in the red, of course, the Greenwich Cardinals. Head coach Ali Orico. And Darien in the home whites.
They're just trying to.
Tala Garcia trying to clear it for the Blue Wave as Greenwich is trying to find something on offense.
Yes. And nice passing in the back defense to try to break through. And it's out.
Got a
and
whistle.
We've got a whistle, and it's going to be Greenwich ball on the 30 right now. We've got Zeta trying to keep it back in and get a pass to Sam Chabot, and Sam has fought through. And
Ball's on the far side of the field. Olivia Hockman.
And they're coming around by goal, and
ball's in front of the cage here for Greenwich,
and
that is a
14
goal.
has got a goal, and that's fantastic for Courtney Swift.
Courtney Swift, as we take another look at this, Courtney Swift, right place, right time, as she puts it in the back of the cage. So Greenwich back on the scoreboard, their second goal of the afternoon. They scored once before the end of the first half. 7-2 now is Courtney Swift.
Yeah, so with 8 minutes left to go, it's a great feeling to get another, for these girls, I'm sure, to put another goal on the board.
So
Darien's passing has been so good this game, just connecting and looking forward on the field, anticipating.
Both teams, you can see the talent out on the field. Their stick skills are so good, so precise.
Just out a pass on the sideline from Darien, and number 27, Katie Walco from Greenwich is going to bring it in, and Paige Finneran is keeping it going. A pass to Sam Chabot, and they're almost in the circle, but Darien has blocked it. And
Amy, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned some of these girls will be playing collegiate sports.
Yes.
Any college field hockey players for Greenwich out on the turf right now?
Yes, we do. We have a few of our seniors that are committed. So I know Zoe Metalius is going to Columbia, and there's Paige Finneran, who's going to be going to school for lacrosse, but we also have some other players. I don't want to miss anyone.
Zoe Metalios will play field hockey at Columbia.
Yes, she'll play field hockey, and Anna Brill will
what a
be
great
playing.
Yeah.
And I know there's others, and I apologize for not having that those notes here. Oh wow, Greenwich just brought it in, but Darien blocked it. Came out all the way to the 10-yard line to make a block.
Grace Aronson with the stop there.
The stop there. It was a great stop from Grace. I really thought Greenwich might have their third goal there, but she just came out charging and just stopped it. And looks like we have a Greenwich possession again.
Katie Walco on the near side of the field with the ball. She gets it to Finneran. It's taken away by Sarah Bogdan, the sophomore from Darien.
Okay,
and the rain persists here at Stadium Field. Lights were turned on. Now they are on.
doesn't seem to be bothering these girls.
It has not
This
slowed the
rain.
play down
It is
at
not.
all.
In fact, the play is really fast. The second half, I think, is it's been exciting. Darien's pushing it in. Greenwich has gotten the ball back. Olivia Hookman is trying to drive it down. And now it's gone out of bounds, and Darien is going to take it in. I apologize for not being able to see these numbers.
Our broadcast
Darien.
location, yeah, we can actually see
Oh,
here
perfect.
on the screen.
Oh,
And
so
that'll
Sammy
be
has
Sammy
it.
Lindell.
Yes. Sammy Lindell Jr. is going to bring the ball in at the 40, the Greenwich 40. And she passes it back to her defenseman. And they're connecting with their passes.
There's Tala Garcia.
Tala Garcia is hustling and has kept the ball in. And Courtney is trying to defend, but Tala Garcia really holds on to that. And she's going to bring the ball back in, and we're about on the 20-yard line or so.
Greenwich has been playing well of late, Amy, coming off 3 straight wins coming into this game against Darien, and certainly a lot of season left.
Yes.
If this margin holds up here, still a lot of season left for both of these teams.
The FCIACs are really are so important to everybody.
Absolutely.
And, I think all these games just get everybody ready, and the season is short. You just...
it's such a strong league,
Yes.
in not just field hockey, but a number of sports. Greenwich will have a penalty opportunity here, penalty corner for the Cardinals. Allie Simpson will be the inserter here for Greenwich. Or I'm sorry,
It's
number 21.
Olivia Hookman, I believe.
Olivia
yes.
Hookman,
Olivia
the
Hookman.
senior, number
She's a senior.
21.
She'll be playing, she's going to be playing lacrosse at Dickinson College.
Dickinson in Pennsylvania. Great law school down there. And here's Hookman as Greenwich's specialty unit tries to come up with something right here.
Hit Sam Chabot.
Chabot, and it's far of the wide of the far post, I should say. And the rain is coming down even harder right now in Darien, Connecticut, here at Stadium Field. I want to give a quick shout out to our DAF Media production crew. Our director is Thomas Kiernan. Our instant replay coordinator is Mike DeMeglio. Camera 1, Ryan Smith. Camera 2, Owen Sheed. Thank all of them for their efforts this afternoon, bringing you this on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Damian Andrew alongside Amy Zolan. Kari Johns was with us for the majority of this game, but she has a team to coach coming up after this one.
Yes, I have to say the camera crew on this film is fantastic, just being able to watch this ball move back and forth. And I know that those who are watching can see how fast everything is going and how everybody's trying that. Now, Darien has brought the ball back in, number 2. That's Molly Hellman.
And that ball is wide of the near post.
Wide of the near post, and that was a nice save from Maria.
Pereira,
yes.
As we take another look at this, Pereira and Grace Aronson, the 2 goalies in this game, have both been peppered with some shots.
Yes, they have. There's
and
a
Pereira
lot of
has
shot
made
on
some
goals.
nice,
absolutely,
some nice saves. And here's Darien as they back things up.
Okay, nice hustle from Darien.
Riley Joyce tracks that down. It's taken away by Greenwich on the far side of the field.
Looks like
we've got a whistle, and this will be Darien possession, so going back the other way. Everybody's got their golf umbrellas out here as the fans, pretty good crowd actually for this game, a weekday afternoon here at Darien High School.
absolutely.
And we are under 2 minutes remaining in this one. Darien, Greenwich, Varsity Field Hockey, Blue Wave up comfortably 7-2. It has been a rainy second half here.
Greenwich is still trying to push it down. It's going to Demi and Sam Chabot, and we have Tala Garcia who's pushed it out. Nice block, and has pushed it down to now the 40 for Darien.
And here's Molly Hellman. It's taken away by Greenwich.
Yes, a Brill.
That's a
number
Brill.
7.
Brill, Martinez, Arroyo.
And we have Jen
Kelly near midfield. It's a nice pass
nice
up ahead to Demi Janis.
The ball's just gone out.
And it rolls across the end line. It will be a Darien possession. A nice run there.
Yes.
By Janis.
Garcia with the ball for Darien. Just looking to see what her play is going to be, and there's a nice stop for Greenwich, getting the ball back in, a stop from Darien, and a miss from Greenwich. And Darien has the possession of the ball. They're on the 50-yard line coming in. And Maria's taken the ball out. The ball's out of bounds, and it's now Greenwich's ball.
And the time is ticking off the clock. We are under 15 seconds remaining here. And here's Greenwich on the far side of the field as this one is just about ready to come to a close on a rainy afternoon at Stadium Field. That will do it for this one. Darien wins 7-2 over Greenwich. And I have a feeling, though, these two teams could meet up again later in the year. The postseason, as you talked about, FCIAC so big, and then of course the state tournament. You know, a lot of people partial to Southwestern Connecticut and the FCIAC. They view those playoffs as just as important, if not more so, than the state tournament.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Well, I've just had a privilege of being able to be here with you today, and I'm so impressed with DAF Media and your crew and you, and of course Kari and her leadership for the sport. And thanks,
can't thank you enough. I know there's good things happening in Greenwich along these same lines, and a lot of good stuff going on. Amy Zolan, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew. Camera 1, Ryan Smith. Camera 2, Owen Sheed. Our director, Thomas Kiernan. And our instant replay coordinator, Mike DeMeglio. I want to thank all of them for their efforts bringing you this game on the DAF Media Network. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, our production crew, all students heavily involved in getting this live stream on the air. So kudos to them. Again, for Kari Johns, Amy Zolan, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network. Once again, Darien beats Greenwich in varsity field hockey 7-2. Have a great night, everybody.